Hello again, everyone. It is I, Seto with Fanatic, coming at you with another Digimon deck profile. This one I've been cooking for a long while as well. I've mentioned in a bunch of other deck profiles that the Greymon line was always my favorite, and the Godamon line was always my sister's. I've been trying to cook up this deck for a long time. I finally got a yellow vaccine build that I think is relatively unique. Arguably, the way that other people are running it right now is a bit more efficient, but I've been trying to make Magnadramon X work for a long time. I had hoped that the BT15 Kari stuff would work. Unfortunately, I had to resort to the TK engine. It's just better. It's just better. It's faster. It's a lot more consistent. Without any other ado, let's see if I can get this deck profile done before I go to the Angels. So let's get this started. So, to start things off, we've got our Digi-Eggs. We got 4 copies of Charamon from BT13. This is the best egg for this strategy. Basically, whenever you trash a security, or whenever your security is reduced, you get jamming. This helps you swing multiple times and avoid DP of any kind. So, in my opinion, this is the best egg that you can run for this deck. Into the level 3s. 4 copies of Patamon from BT14. I'm just going to come out and say it. If yellow vaccine is a problem, you restrict or ban this card. This card is just straight up not fair. Unless, of course, you don't have any level 4s in your securities because you weren't able to just set them up there with your TKs. But this card is just straight up unfair. Start of your main phase, search your security stack. You can digivolve it into a level 4 that's in there with yellow Digimon with vaccine in the trait. And then if you digivolve that way, you take a card from your hand, same thing, put it in the bottom of your security stack. And then after you digivolve, you'll gain the memory from that. If you got the TKs and the other stuff, you can do just absolutely nuts things. Next rookie is 4 copies of Kudamon. This is like your main searcher for anything yellow vaccine. Top 3, add a yellow tamer and a card with vaccine trait. What more can be said? For the floodgates, we have 2 copies of One Pillow Boy. Beats Jesmon, beats Demon Lords, gives D-Brigade a hell of a time. You name it, you face a deck that's playing buying effects. Leopardmon, for example, if you remember, I ran the Pamumon in that. This thing stops Leopardmon too. And 2 copies of Bushi Agumon. Literally just because you can play it for free with some of your inheritables and stuff. And he gains Rush. So he can attack right away. Into the level 4s. And combo number 1. Why this card should probably be restricted or banned. This card is stupid expensive for a reason. That reason partially being that Bandai screwed up with BT15, putting the LMO2 cards in it. Sorry, LMO1. But, which makes these harder to get. Because, it could have been a Godamon from BT15. Nope. It's a stupid Ghost Game Ace card that you literally don't care anything about. But yeah, this Godamon... this Godamon is absolutely cracked. So, when an effect trashes it from the security stack, you literally just play it. It also has Barrier, meaning that if you have security cards, this thing is not dying by battle. And then all turns, once per turn, when a card is removed from your security stack, you gain a memory. Enter combo number 1 with Patamon. Patamon and TK. So you can have the TK Takaishi. You push up the Patamon from your breeding area. And you search your security stack, and you've got the Gatomon. The Gatomon will go on top of the Patamon. You place whatever yellow card you want at the bottom of your stack. And then, because it's in the middle of resolving the effect, the Gatomon will see itself being removed from the security stack. So you'll gain a memory from that. Then if you put something back, the Patamon will trigger, and then the TK will trigger. You start at 1, you're now at 4. Yes, that is absolute bullshit. So, yeah, this card is cracked, especially with this card. This is the problem. If Yellow Vaccine is really a problem, hit this. This card is not fair. All right, rant over. Gatomon's great. Got Barrier, both on itself and as an inheritable. And then if it gets trashed, like say by, let's say you set up Gatomon with the TK, you can just hard play Angel Woman Ace, and then just, put this at the bottom, hard play Angel Woman Ace, trash the Gatomon, and just go from there. You won't gain the memory from it because it won't see itself getting, because it gets trashed first and then it gets played. But yeah, this Gatomon is cracked. We're also running 3 of this Gatomon because it's the second best Gatomon in the game right now. Search top 3 for a purple and other Digimon. So you've basically got any of your yellow cards, and then you can search other copies of this or one stupid expensive boy. But yeah, main reason you run this is you go into Angel Woman or Angel Woman X for 1. And 2 copies of this Leomon, because this plus TK or Patamon is just dumb. You just put this at the bottom of your stack, and then your opponent's going to have to check an additional card for sure. Unless it's, fighter mode black, red, purple. But yeah, the reason this card is in here is there's not very many other cards that we want to put in here, and it's dumb with these. It's literally stupid. It's literally a brain dead play. And 1G are great because it's restricted, and if you go into Patamon free from security off of this, get a Tamer, and then you just go Major Plus. Into the Ultimates. We won 3 copies of Angel Woman from BT3. This is a blast from the past. For a couple of different reasons. The reason this one is here is because, honestly, it's the best Angel Woman to Digivolve on top of, in my opinion. Got the best inheritable, too. So, basically, on Digivolve, you give your opponent's Digimon security attack -2. The reason you run it isn't for that. The reason you run it is for the inheritable, which is, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, you can play a yellow level 3 Digimon card for free. So, swing with something on top of it. You've only got 3 security cards. Play a Kudamon, get some more search. Play a Pillowmon, stop them from playing stuff by effects. Play a Bushi and rush for game. We also have 2 copies of Angel Woman Ace, because this card is way more expensive than it needs to be. It's way more expensive than it needs to be, partially because of waifu tax and partially because it's really freaking good. But yeah, Blast Digivolve. On Digivolve, you trash your top or bottom security, and then -6k an opponent's Digimon. And then all turns, once per turn, when a security is reduced, you recover if you have 3 or fewer. So good! And 2 copies of Angel Woman X Antibody. Goes on top of the Ace, because Ace is not part of the card name. And then, when you Digivolve, one of your opponent's Digimon gets security attack -1. Then if you got X Antibody or any of these lovely ladies down beneath it, you also get to recover if you have 5 or fewer security cards. Makes it so you can trash your security with the next card or add your top security card to your hand. Makes it relatively easy for doing that and to making sure that you have the sources to keep attacking and unsuspending. I'll get into a short combo with that in a few seconds. So, next up, to round off this Digimon lineup, we've got 3 Magnadramon from EX1. You're probably wondering why I'm not playing the new one. The new one is very, very good, mind you. Lets you stack your security with any yellow card. But as far as Magnadramon X goes, this one is the best one to go into it, in my humble opinion. So, basically what this thing does is, on Digivolve, you can trash the top card of your security and unsuspend it. And then when attacking once per turn, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, you recover 1. Magnadramon X is very, very similar. So, when Digivolving, if you have Magnadramon or X antibody in its evolution cards, all of your opponent's Digimon and security Digimon lose 1,000 attack until the end of the turn for each card in your security stack. So you do want to keep recovering and going into this, and hopefully you'll have like 4 or 5 cards in your stack, so that way you can either minus 6k, minus 5k, minus 4. Minus 4 is great, because even if you've got the jamming with the Kyaramon, which you probably will, it's still nice, especially if you don't have the Kyaramon inheritable to go off of. So, let's go over a small combo. So, you have your Angelwomon. Let's see who have Kudamon and an Agumon in your hand. Or a Pillamon. This could be any of them. So you have the Angelwomon. You swing with the Angelwomon. Hopefully you have jamming or barrier so you don't die. You Digivolve, if you have 3 memory, or a training card, into Magnadramon. You draw for the evolution, and then you trash the top card of your security stack and unsuspend it. This is where stuff comes into play, because if you have 0 security cards, the Magnadramon will help make it so that you can full combo. For safety's sake, we'll just say that Godamon's under here. Alright, so you equip Magnadramon with the X antibody. You swing with the Magnadramon now, and if you have 3 or fewer securities, you can either play your Pillamon, your Kudamon, to basically search for any pieces you're missing, which will include your Magnadramon X if you don't have it. You can drop Bushiagumon to have an extra rush attack, but mid-attack, after you resolve recovering 1, and playing your Digimon off the effect, you X-Evolve for 1 into Magnadramon X. And hopefully you have enough memory to go into that via training, tamers, etc., etc. Because Magnadramon X, end of attack, will add your top security card to your hand to unsuspend itself, so that way you can attack again. So this combo, if you've got just the Angelwomon with 3 or fewer security cards, the Magnadramon, and the Magnadramon X, and 2 Bushiagus, you're never going to have the 2 of them together. That's 5 swings. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's not counting any other damage you've done prior either. But yeah, that's the basic idea of this deck and how it works. For our level 7s, even though we can't go into them off of the Emissary of Hope, we have 1 Shine Ruin mode, because it really ruins people's days. Seriously, this card is dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. A lot of yellow cards are dumb. I don't know why. But yeah, you run it because you kind of have to. You can drop it, so you kind of have to. 4 copies of TK from BT14. This card is... Where'd the other one go? So we... Technical difficulties, lads. Here we go. 4 copies of TK Takaishi from BT14. This card is stupid. It sets up your security stack with stuff that you want for your Patamons and gives you extra memory that you probably shouldn't have access to. And arguably best yellow tamer in the game. Generically. Unless you're playing multicolored decks, in which case sometimes this card really sucks. But in pure yellow vaccine stuff, this searches any of the pieces you don't want in security, put it into your hand, and then you recover, and it's your memory setter, starts you at 3. And then if you have these TKs on top of that, and the Patamons and the Godamons, you go up to an obscene amount of memory for literally no reason. And those are the only 6 tamers you run, because those are the only 6 tamers you need. I'll get into the only reason we run the TK tamers, which is 2 Emissary of Hope. This card is seriously broken. Search your security stack. It's basically Patamon, but for your 5s and your 6s. What, digivolve into one of those in my security stack for free? Don't mind if I do. Oh yeah, and then recover if I've got TK? Don't mind if I do. Oh, what's that? I had this TK and I haven't suspended yet? Don't mind if I make this free! Or +4! God, it is just so dumb. I mean, the only thing that would make this deck better is if you had, like, an actual good Patamon Searcher. No, none of those really exist. You can argue EX1, but I'm getting beside the point here. Emissary of Hope is stupid. 3 copies of Physical Training. You're probably wondering why 3 and not 4. Well, you do enough stuff, and it's good enough. You've got the ability to search for your stuff. Everything in here is yellow except for the X antibodies. So 3 seems to be enough 9 times out of 10. 1 copy of Reinforcing Memory Boost because this card is restricted for a freaking reason. Look at your top 2 cards of your deck, put 1 in your security and put the other 1 in your hand. Delay main, gain 3 memory. It's a brain dead card. No wonder it's at 1. And 3 copies of X Antibody. You're probably wondering why X Antibody in here and not Protoform. The reason for that is simple. Protoform, the only thing it really works on is the Angelwoman X. So basically the Protoform would, if you Protoform with the Godamon, which will reduce the cost by 1. If you Protoform, you'll go into this for free and get all the stuff off of it, but that's the only good thing about it. If you try to use Protoform with Magnadramon and Magnadramon X, if you're missing that security card because you had to trash it to suspend it, you miss the recover. So that's why 9 times out of 10, I'm running 3 of this here. That's the reason why. Basically just helps you OTK easier because you want to swing, recover if you have 3 or less, then Digivolve on there. So, yeah, that's the Magnadramon X deck profile. Been cooking this one for a while. Might try out some of the... well, I'm definitely going to try out the Ophanimon stuff when it comes out in EX6. Aside from that, I'll give... I want to do a yellow version of Valkyriemon, but I have a gut feeling the red-based version is going to be a lot better. But aside from that, guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down below for notifications, and we'll catch you guys next time.